Seya Fundafunda is a child of God before anything. A child of God who happens to have a talent in singing, who happens to be a filmmaker. Yeah, that's who Seya is. Fun-loving, adventurous. Yeah, loves people. So my history in the arts, I started out in theater when I was in high school. I did a lot of theater productions, both on stage and behind the scenes. And then from then on, I did a few stage productions post high school. My short stint at college, and also even just general working. I did stage production. And then fast forward to, let's say 2010, I think. I joined the choir at church, at Miracle Life Family Church. And through that experience, I was able to do some background vocals in the studio for different artists, one of them being Abel Chungu. I think Abel was the first artist that I ever did some BVs in studio for his first album, Worship of a Love Revolutionary. And thereafter I did some BVs and some collaborative work with Pompey. And then also I featured on Mag 44's first album, Jijue, on the title track itself, Jijue. And then I did a short stint. It was a female group called Flow One. And we recorded 2 songs, Gwesa and Zikomo, with Abi Mali. Shout out to Abi. Yeah, and that was a short-lived musical group. And I continued actually doing some backup vocals for Pompey. I did that for about 7 years, believe it or not. And then in the recent years, I would say from 2016 onwards, I decided to pursue a solo career as just myself. And I released my first single, Kodi, in April of 2017. And then I did some more releasing of singles thereafter. And so basically for the past 2 years, I've been releasing some singles, and hopefully I will have a full album for everybody soon.
At only 12 years old, Seya was already singing, but it would take another 2 decades before she could officially get into studio as a recording artist.
Has forgotten everything. You were covered by the blood, vindicated by the purpose.
She's a unique singer, songwriter, an environmentalist, and a filmmaker. Seya first hit the big stage as a backing singer for renowned artists Abel Chungu and Pompey. When Seya went solo, she made a big impression and established herself as a unique voice in the music industry, a force to be reckoned with.
I would describe Seya as a person who is full of life and full of optimism and completely focused on achieving something that will leave a lasting legacy.
I would describe Seya as an artist in how many words? Maybe 3. She's hobo-tastic, and I love that about her. She's very expressive. She is creative, And this is something I never knew about her. This is the fourth one. This is something I never knew about her. I didn't know she loved reggae music. And I've known her for years, and I didn't know she loved reggae music that much. And when I heard her recent single, and I said, this is like what, her second reggae single?
She doesn't settle for anything that is ordinary, and she's definitely a ball of creativity that is just a breath of fresh air.
Working with Seya and performing on different stages, never short of laughter. It was extremely fun learning from her, especially now. Another thing that I've just learned now that she's gone on to pursue a solo music career is that we had very different music styles, and bringing her style and my style together was extremely fun. And now that she's gone on to do something else, that's also fun, and that's something that I really enjoyed. That was just blending our voices together. The traveling was awesome.
She has a wicked sense of humor. She seems very serious because she takes what she does extremely seriously, but behind the scenes, she has a life in comedy, eh?
The message in Seya's music, I think there's a different message in the songs that every single song that she's done. But if I could put it all together and sum it all up, it's hope that regardless of who you are, what you've done, where you've been, what you're going through, it doesn't make you any less acceptable, loved, and treasured by God first and foremost, and by people as well. And that comes across even in her as a person. She's like a Jesus in skin on, as you would say. Her song about how she won't accept love from a man unless it's God's love, that is teaching a young woman not to accept any less standard of love than that of God. And her recent song, I Am, talking about who God is and all that, I love the message, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. It just speaks hope and love and everything else in between.
Seya stands out because she chooses to face and tackle topics that many people would shy away from. She's not driven by the commercial aspects of the talent sphere, but she's focused on actually sending out a message that is relevant and is conscious. So Seya stands out as an artist because she speaks from her heart and lets her craft carry that message through.
I was not pretty enough. I was not smart enough. I was not good enough. She is greater than a problem, light as a feather on a sunny day. She is brighter than tomorrow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Twali balwa sana, twali balwa sana. She is beautiful. She is greater than a problem, light as a feather on a sunny day. She is brighter than tomorrow. When we are ourselves and when we are not comparing ourselves from other people, that is when we are beautiful. Powerful as the joy that she gives away, she could stand against an army, armed with a smile and the tactics of kindness, wisdom and strength and purity. She could take over the world if she wanted. And that beauty is about what comes out of us, not necessarily the outside coming in. And that, God made us unique, God made us wonderful, and that all we need to do is just look in the mirror and we'll see it.
away. She could stand against an army, armed with a smile and her tactics of kindness, wisdom and strength and purity. She could take over the world if she wanted. Ooh, 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 ooh. Twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. She is beautiful. Oh, twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. She is beautiful. Oh, you are bigger than your problems. The weight of the world you can throw away. You are more than just your skin tone. People's opinions meet the wind and just blow away. You can stand against an army, leave them beaten with the beautiful things you say. You are the meaning of true beauty, because you shine when the camera is turned away. Ooh, 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 ooh. Twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. You are beautiful. Oh, twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. You are beautiful. Oh, and this could be you if you looked in the mirror. Look a little closer. This could be you if the word is your mirror. Draw a little nearer, put society to rest, honey. You are defined by the image of the one who gave everything for you, honey. Let his design be your banner and your sun. Twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, twali palwa sana, twali palwa sana. Beautiful. Oh, and this could be you if you looked in the mirror. Look a little closer. This could be you if the word is your mirror. Draw a little nearer, put society to rest, honey. You are defined by the image of the one who gave everything for you, honey. Let his design be your banner and your sun.
People would make fun of even just like my nose. Yeah, you know.
Hold up, na invela kale manifesto. You go buy me a Bugatti and a Benzo. Oh.
I think why most Africans are uncomfortable in their own skin. I think it's because of our past and how we've been raised and conditioned. You know, I remember just growing up and interacting with other kids in school, or even just the kids that I played with at home. You'd hear like we would tease each other, you know, about our skin tones. People would make fun of even just like my nose. Yeah, you know, like even just when growing up, when watching TV, there weren't that many examples of people that looked like me. So, and even just the way we would, like going back to teasing each other, you know, your skin is so dark. Yeah, I think it's how we were raised and what our parents and those who are around us.
This thing I say, like this heritage of black inferiority complex, it's coming from one generation and passed to the next generation, and we keep trying to subject ourselves to white standards, to another race standards, and we have no idea how detrimental that is to our psychology. I mean, first and foremost, like when you're growing, the first the image that you carry of yourself has everything to do with how you believe yourself you believe, how you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And self-esteem
see
is
yourself.
built in the what's in the early years. And so like look at the early years, you're already getting your hair permed. You're already surrounded by people who are bleaching their skin. I've walked that path where you're so inferior about yourself because of the feedback that people give you, and then you start to reinvent yourself. And skin bleaching for me was reinventing myself, but I didn't realize that reinventing myself was hurting myself in trying to deny. I was losing myself, and my self-esteem was extremely low. And it didn't help that every time people, the first thing people are going to notice about you, like this is how we talk about each other. Like, which Becky? Ujawa black. Ujawa black. And what
Becky
like, this labeling, it's very disturbing to the person who's receiving the
Because
labeling.
I remember I was teased a lot as well. So because I was on the plus side, and you know when you're around kids who are not the same size as you or the same skin tone as you, you know, you get all these
thinking something is wrong with you.
Yeah, you start thinking there's something wrong with you, and I really, really believe in what you're saying. Like how you perceive yourself really affects, you know, your mental health, because then you get stuck in this cycle of comparison.
Yeah, and
you
some
know,
people even get depressed.
Exactly, and I've been there. You know, where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, and basically what you're saying is you're not good enough. Hold up. Nakuonela patali, uleta chocolate na makadi, ati unikonda. People make us feel, and we need to also remember that feelings are temporary. So I may be feeling really happy with you today, and then you piss me off tomorrow, and I won't be so happy with you. And so we can't base how we feel and how people make us feel. We can't define love by that. And so basically Kodi basically defines that true love can only come from Christ and knowing Christ ourselves. Hold up, na invela kale manifesto, you go buy me a Bugatti and a Benzo, ati unikonda. I define love as sacrificial, and that love is unconditional. It's not based on if someone is good, then I should love them. I believe that each and every one of us has good and bad in us. And so sometimes the bad comes out, but that doesn't mean that we are not worthy of love. Ooh, how you gonna love me, baby, when you ain't got love in you? You saying what the fact is, baby, but you don't really know the truth. Hold up, nakuonela patali, uleta chocolate na makati, ati unikonda. Hold up, na invela kale manifesto, you go buy me a Bugatti and a Benzo, ati unikonda. Ooh, how you gonna love me, baby, when you ain't got love in you? The fact is, baby, but you don't really know the truth. Kodi baby, unga kambe uziba chikondi, nga tulibe chikondi mumoyo wako. Kodi baby, sunga kambe uziba chikondi, chifukwa chikondi chili muli Yesu. Muli Yesu. Muli Yesu.
kala yandeke. Your flattery don't make me fly. Try to swing by and see who flies this plane. Oh, sabuela chabe kunivesa mushe. Ufunika uzibe, baby. How you gonna love me, baby, when you ain't got love in you? Yeah, you saying what the fact is, baby, but you don't really know the truth. Kodi, baby, unga kambe uziba chikondi, nga tulibe chikondi mumoyo wako. Kodi, baby, sunga kambe uziba chikondi, chifukwa chikondi chilimuli Yesu. Muli Yesu. Tulibe chikondi mumoyo wako. Kodi, baby, sunga kambe uziba chikondi, chifukwa chikondi chilimuli Yesu. Muli Yesu, yeah. Ufunika uzibe chikondi cha Yesu.
What would I say to a young woman out there who doesn't feel beautiful and wants to fit in? I would say that firstly, understand whose you are, and how you can do that is by knowing God for yourself. Knowing God for myself has helped me understand that I am amazing and that God loves me unconditionally. You know, even when I mess up, God loves me. You can only know your value if you know God for yourself.
I would like to think that in 5 years' time, Seya will have blown up globally and will have reached paths and avenues that we could only have dreamt of before. Definitely a global phenomenon waiting to happen.
At the Cannes Film Festival, yes, Seya is also a filmmaker, just in case you didn't know. And I really hope that's why I see her in the next 5 years at the Cannes. I hope I'm saying that right. Maybe even in London, winning an award for a movie she just did. Also, I hope she'll be on like her third album, maybe second album or third album, I'm not sure. But yeah, overall, she's gonna be doing great.